The RayNeo Air 3S was just released and I bought a pair on the first day. I'm working on a full review, but for now these are just my first impressions after using them heavily for a few days. And this is not sponsored, I have no affiliation with RayNeo. The first thing I want to mention is the price. The early bird price is only $219, and that makes them the cheapest good quality XR glasses on the market. So they've landed with a really low price, and yet the display quality and size is the best we've seen from this company so far. It has two 1920 by 1080p displays inside, and the image is sharp right across the panels. No more out of focus corners and edges like we had on the previous generations. I can't quite see all four corners at once, even when I push it as close to my eyes as it can go. This doesn't bother me though, because most films don't have an aspect ratio that uses the full height of the display, so with most films I can see every corner pretty well. Colors are really nice, and there are 3 different color profiles to choose from. The display size is bigger than I was expecting. I would say about 30 to 40% larger than the Goofus Art. It's the perfect size for me. I wouldn't want it any bigger, at least not when it doesn't support 3 degrees of freedom. So yeah, the display is nice and big and super bright too. The audio is surprisingly good. Some people are saying the audio is not as good as the Air 2S. I don't have those here to compare, but I found the built-in speakers on the 3S to be more than adequate for watching a film. Of course, using my own wireless earbuds makes the experience even better. Let's talk about the build quality. The last similar device I reviewed was the Goofus Art, which had very high build quality, but also a much higher price. The Air 3S feels a bit plasticky, a bit hollow, but it's not bad quality by any means, and the less dense construction is what helps keep it so lightweight. Mine weighs in at about 79 grams, and when something is going to rest on the bridge of my nose for several hours, the lighter it is the better. Which brings me to comfort. Much more comfortable than a Quest 3. Not as comfortable as the Goofus Art, but still comfortable enough to watch a full-length feature film. I get a little bit of mild discomfort on my nose and ears after a couple of hours, but it's very minor, and again, it's an absolute joy compared to a VR headset. Now let's talk about some of the problems I've had and the things I don't like so much. First of all, it supports 3D SBS content, but there's a caveat. In third-party apps like VLC Player, the Air 3S gets the left and right image the wrong way around. The left screen goes to the right eye and the right screen goes to the left eye, so 3D films aren't playable. They only seem to work if I play them through RayNeo's own app, and to be honest, I don't really love the app. The controls for fast forward and rewind aren't as good as VLC, and it has this laser pointer which only goes away if you hold the phone completely still for a number of seconds, which might not be easy if you're on a moving train or a bumpy car ride. I hope they can fix that reverse left and right issue when using third-party apps in a future update. The other problem I've had is with reflections and transparency. There are a lot of reflective surfaces on the inside. In a dark room it's not really a problem, but in a moderately lit space, I just can't concentrate on what I'm watching because I'm seeing through the display at everything else in the room, and using it outside is completely out of the question. I have solved this problem and I'll show you in detail what I did in my full review, but I'm very happy with how it worked out in the end. Another issue I had is with this reflection or refraction, I guess, from the top edge of the plastic on the right side. The left side was perfect, but the right side caused these streaks to appear at the top of the image. I couldn't capture it properly with my camera, so I've recreated the effect so you know what I'm talking about. It bothered me enough to send it back and order a replacement, but as luck would have it, the replacement had it much worse and on both sides. So I returned that one and kept the original. And now that I know it could be worse, I feel like I got lucky with my original one and it no longer bothers me. So overall, I really like the Air 3S. It's not perfect, but it's amazing for the price. I actually can't believe how good it is when it's so much cheaper than everything else. My favourite way to watch films when I'm alone is on devices like this, and on the Air 3S the display is absolutely fantastic. The sound is more than good enough for me and the comfort is good too. It's also really small and not too silly looking to use in public. So those are my first impressions. I'll probably make a full review in the next few weeks depending on how much interest this video gets. So if you want me to do that, let me know in a comment so I can gauge interest, and include any questions you have or things you want me to test. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.